What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Oblivion yet again, the newest wave of rumors, and they continue to swirl around us. At this point, it seems very much like it's just going to be shadow drop. Now, it's definitely a convenient way of getting around like a specific date, but I gotta say, I mean, what I think has really happened with this thing is just a lot of people kind of piggybacking off of other people. There's definitely, I think, been enough to indicate that Oblivion is going to happen, and from some of the better leakers, and I'm mainly actually referring to Nate the Hate up until this point. Now, actually, I believe as of today, Jeff Grubb did chime in, and he said that this thing is also going to, I think, just randomly drop at any given point. And the way people are saying it does make it sound kind of funny, right? Like it could shadow drop yesterday. It could be hiding in your closet right now. You don't even know, turn around, maybe you'll see it. It's been very weird. And I mean, I've made several videos on this, and even, the comments to it. I get the sense that people are kind of done with it, which I guess, granted, it's really just a lot of people speculating that have caused all of this. But I do get the general feel that people are kind of done with like the he said, she said, and it's going to be announced 2 weeks ago, and it's going to drop, last week, and that didn't happen. Okay, now it's just going to drop randomly this week. Or, again, I think you have to kind of go back to some of the origin points, some of the better leakers out there. Nate the Hate, incredibly good. One of probably top 3-4 insiders, right, on the planet. I would actually wager that he had, I think, originally said second half of April. Second half of April has been thrown out quite often, and while you've had some people out there that I think have tried to, okay, it's going to be this specific date, that specific date. I think of one, that Detective Seeds, that's kind of popped up, and he is not somebody that I think Reddit, Gaming Leaks and Rumors Reddit, they don't like him very much. He seems to kind of just piggyback of other people, and you tend to get that. You have Xtis1S saying the biggest shadow drop in the history of Xbox Game Pass could happen at any moment. All he was doing was echoing other people's stuff. So I think you got a lot of like bandwagoners, people that are trying to like make it, and kind of jumping off of primarily Nate the Hate. But again, because Jeff Grubb, Nate the Hate, I think this thing is going to happen. I think this thing is going to happen in April. Now, the bigger question to me is like, is this all going to be successful? And because you've really had two major shadow drops in the history of Xbox, at least recent, right? You've had Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which was very recent, and from everything we can kind of know about that did pretty well. Hi-Fi Rush was the other one. And while Hi-Fi Rush, I think, is one of the better games of the last several years, I think it's probably top 5 in my opinion. That game didn't exactly do all that spectacular. I, of course, would want better for it because it's just a fantastic game. But, Oblivion's huge, right? Like, absolutely massive. And it's like, are you going to have it go up against, like, Expedition 33? Because that's on Game Pass, and that's a JRPG. So it's like, that would be actually kind of weird. And that comes out April 24th. South of Midnight comes out today, or already did come out. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like, next week, I guess, would probably be the time to separate it a little bit. You would really have games like 3 weeks in. Expedition 33 isn't exclusive, but it is Game Pass, right? So like 3 weeks in a row, you would have like bam, bam, bam. Would be pretty sweet, but I wonder just which games would get buried. I have a feeling, by the way, I don't think it'd be Oblivion. Like, I think an Oblivion remaster/remake would actually do quite well. So we'll see. Again, it's just a lot of loud noise. I do get the feeling that most people are done with it. I hear you. I honestly, genuinely, I hear you. I kind of am tired, too, of waking up every day and saying, it could happen. Again, it's at this point just a big joke. It could happen yesterday for all, like blink twice and all of a sudden it's going to appear. It is getting a bit dramatic, but I will say, this isn't really Xbox. Maybe Xbox is feeding, or there's some people within the inside, right, that are feeding these people. You kind of have to have that, by the way, and maybe they're just trying to drum up interest, and I think they're a little off the walls. I think they're bouncing around just a bit too much, but it's mainly, these insiders and stuff that are just spreading it around that any day could be the day. That is true, but it just feels like every day you hear something new. It could be tomorrow, or it could be 2 days from now. At this point, we're just going to give up, and at this point, we're just going to say it could happen at any moment, right? Could come out tomorrow, could come out next week. It's going to come out in April, and I think it will. It's just, I'll be happy when it's all over, because then actually we can get to play it, and I think that would probably be, by the way, the biggest shadow drop that Xbox has ever done. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.